giant news. The Bitwise XRP ETF is set to begin trading on New York Stock Exchange tomorrow while the ticker is XRP. But this is today. Literally in like 8 minutes. 9:30, something like that is when they open. We're close, bro. Very interesting to see. Yet again, the beef is arising between Solana and XRP, and Veeb, who was out here again saying like, oh my god, XRP did not beat Solana. And he brought up a fair point that a lot of people didn't take into consideration in terms of the Bitwise one. People were all saying, oh, Canary Capital, it way smaller than Bitwise, but it took Bitwise out, or Solana's fund, in terms of inflows for the first day. But at least what he showed real quick and what I saw, they seeded the Solana Bitwise ETF with a lot more than they did with XRP. Apparently, that's what he's claiming. We'd have to dive deeper. I just saw a little tidbit of that. But even still, with this Bitwise one, you got to imagine it's going to do more than the Canary. You have to imagine. And then you have to imagine when Franklin Templeton comes along, it's probably going to stomp. That's what you think. It seems like they literally wanted all these dominoes to fall in terms of like smallest to largest. That's just what it seems like. I don't know. And then maybe BlackRock swoops in last second, because I'm getting excited. It's too early. It has a management fee of 0.34, which is waived for the first month on the first $500 million in assets. This product brings investors spot exposure to XRP, the crypto asset that aims to modernize global payments. It's a big claim by Bitwise Matt Hugan. Here's why XRP is interesting. It's one of the longest running blockchains with a 13-year track record and super vibrant community of supporters. That's an understatement with that, dude. I'll tell you that. It's the world's third largest digital asset with a $125 billion market cap. It's going after a massive 250 trillion cross-border payment opportunity. It could settle payments in 3 to 5 seconds for fractions of a cent. A growing list of assets are being tokenized on XRP Ledger, including U.S. Treasuries, digital commercial paper. I think that was that firm out of China. That was a crazy one. Using the ledger for a very interesting case like that, digital commercial paper. And everyone was like, what the fuck? No one even thought of that. Private credit and money market funds. Our mission at Bitwise is to provide access to the most exciting themes in crypto. We're thrilled to launch XRP and bring XRP's potential real-world impact to investors through a professionally managed investment vehicle. Look at that. They got the ticker XRP. They got it. BlackRock's going to sit around and let them get that ticker? That's what's just so crazy to me. They got XRP. That's a fucking flex in its own. That alone might make them the top dog. What the hell? If I'm gonna buy an ETF, I'm buying the XRP ETF, not the fucking Franklin Templeton's is like EZRPX. Like, what the hell are you doing? XRPP? I forget which one has PP. Might be the Rex Osprey. Yeah, so it seems like these guys really want to push this product, especially seeing Matt Hogan do his like tour. And even for a while, he's kind of been like, you know, a little pro XRP. He's pro a lot of them because he's in the business of making money. He wants everyone to be happy. That's what he's like. I want that crypto ETF, like the basket ETF. He wants to, he knows how tribal this whole shit is. So he's saying Bitwise seeds its XRP ETF this morning with, what is that? 1.2, we'll just, I don't know, 1.2 million XRP valued at $2.2 million bucks. All right, that's a better estimate. Everything from today will be new acquisitions. At 9:30 a.m. we ride. Yo, we might be able to witness some of this live. Couple of minutes, it's launching. I got up early for this, give it the lowdown. Bitwise seeded their Solana staking ETF with 229.9 million in initial capital, which was used to purchase Solana tokens. Based on the SOL closing price of 187 bucks, this equates to approximately 1.1 million SOL. This calculation comes from dividing the seed amount by the price. Damn, so that's a lot less. That's a lot less initial seed, but then you gotta ask why. Was it just like the deal they got? Do they truly believe Solana is in more demand than XRP? Hey, we'll see. That's what's gonna be fun to look back on these. Yet again, I think they're both gonna do. I think XRP more so. I think it's going to spin your head more around when you see the future price. Never financial advice ever. I think Sol's going to do fantastic. Like, they don't start setting this chessboard up of them getting their ETFs and unleashing the liquidity back into everything. Like, they don't just do that perfect storm for no reason. They don't just keep stalling and stalling and stalling. And still the SEC hasn't even come in and approved any of these. These are all counting down from their fucking like 20-day when they changed on the paper, and then it just launches after 20 days. The SEC still hasn't even come in and fucking approved any of these, to my knowledge at least. Maybe they have, but I don't know. To have them drop in days after days of each other, I don't know. That's just, it seems very, very fucking convenient. I mean, convenient to, maybe it just is. Maybe it just is. Maybe I'm a lunatic. Who knows, bro? Today is the day. We're launching the Bitwise XRP ETF. It's a big step forward for XRP, the world's third largest. Yeah, keep telling them third. It was the second, but you're not allowed to say that anymore ever since they got a boot on their neck, Ripple. So Matt Hugan will be in an X space with David Schwartz from GuitarJams.com and Eleanor Terrett. She's pretty good, her tweets. They'll discuss the wild journey to today, why XRP, what this means for the XRP army, how TradFi and global payments are changing, the future of digital assets, what's ahead for Ripple. That's at 2:30 Eastern. I don't think I'll tune in from the beginning, but I'm sure we'll get some good clips emerging from that after. Yeah, just even like going the extra mile to do something like this tells me he wants this to, he wants this product to do well. Not yet again, I'm sure he wants the Sol one to do well too. I'm just fucking saying, bro. This was interesting. Yesterday, BlackRock filed for new Ethereum, staked Ethereum trust in Delaware. Odd timing. BlackRock is coming in with new filings. I get what he's alluding at with these little eyeballs. It is interesting timing. And yet again, we keep saying, how the fuck are they going to sit around and let everyone else eat at the dinner table but them? They're waiting for something, those slimy bastards. Okay. A lot of debate going around yet again of how RLUSD is mainly on Ethereum, like 90%. And everyone's like, it's not even on fucking XRP. Like, it's still going on. Vpoo keeps bringing it up.
Well, XRP, and I sometimes have to remind the world of this, but XRP is at the heart and soul of what Ripple is doing.
Just wait.
We care deeply. We have called it our North Star. But at the end of the day, we want to do things that are good for the XRP ecosystem. We want to build trust in XRP.
They have the biggest stake in it.
We want to build utility in XRP, and we want to build liquidity in XRP. And each of the acquisitions we do, in one way or another, we believe it will do those things. Now, it may not be, some people may look at it and be like, I don't really, scratch their head a little bit. Well, I promise you that we see in the three-dimensional game of chess, we see how we believe that's going to evolve. Sometimes we'll probably do things that are more obvious and some less obvious. That's okay with us.
Right, there might be...
One of the advantages of being private is I don't always have to explain myself to public investors.
Yeah, there you go. That's a huge fucking advantage. Huge advantage to actually get moves done. You don't got to listen to the fucking investors and shit. But yet again, he's rich. They own a ton of it. So people are going to be like, of course he's going to say XRP because he needs people to keep buying like a Ponzi scheme. But he's not out there fucking telling people to buy XRP. Granted, but they're doing undercover ops. They pay influencers. They all do it. Assuming they all do it, right? But at the end of the day, I see them sitting on that massive fat stack. They want to become a bank. Ripple's putting up the wall. And you gotta go through them. It seems that simple. I mean, none of this is simple by any means, but it just seems that simple. They're building that giant product suite. They're gonna be able, we can handle that for you. We could do that for you. We could do it all. You don't even gotta worry about it. Whoever can achieve that. Circle just made a move in terms of a lot of their they're back in stable coins with their stable coin. It seemed like whatever new product, it just seemed overly complicated. I gotta find it. Oh man, here we go.
Let's go to the next one. Next one to me, I want to get into is Bitcoin. You hear a lot of people right now saying Bitcoin free fall. It's this is it. This is horrible. Bitcoin price in free fall weeks after hitting all-time high. Let me read this story to you. So we got almost exactly 1 year after rising to above 90,000 for the first time in its history. Bitcoin has fallen back to its level, suffering a severe price crash. A record-breaking rally took the cryptocurrency to an all-time high above $125,000 last month, with some market analysis fearing the sudden drop could be a beginning of a more sustained bear market.
All right, I don't need him. All right, oh my god, bro, I fucking hate these videos. They're so frustrating to watch. All right, I give up. Sorry guys, we are not watching. Here we go. I'm sure this will make me feel better this morning. We got Elon Musk predicting that within the next decade, traditional jobs will become irrelevant, more like playing a sport or a video game, and ultimately optional. He also says money itself will fade away as AI and robotics take over vast sectors of the economy. That's pretty fucking wild.
Sure. Well, if you say like in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that.
Yeah, his price timelines, they're always fucked up.
I mean,
he never meets them.
My prediction is that work will be optional. Optional.
Hey, I mean, listen to that sentence though. With that, just looking at that sentence, surface level, if you didn't have to work again, bro, what the fuck, dude? I'd be out playing fucking pickleball. I'd be playing I'd be going here, I'd be going there. Like, what the? It sounds beautiful. Literally just surface level.
So
We'll take that.
yeah, I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables.
And they don't want to be poisoned by like all the bullshit they put in our food today.
That will be what work is like, optional. Now, between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point.
Yeah, no shit.
And I always recommend people read.
Yo, they're still focused on trying to nail down the intricacies of the hands in the robot. Like, we're at that fucking stage.
Read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money is doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And I
Gotta wonder if XRP and XLM and Stellar and PayPal Galactic and all this shit. Imagine, dude, it's just such a fun
my
theory.
guess is,
And creepily that there's enough that you could keep being like, wait, that's a weird coincidence. I did a video on it a while back.
if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future.
I mean, fuck this.
Constraints on power, like electricity and mass, the fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think he's on a... Oh, man. Get on my level. Yep, we saw that. Today, President Trump reiterates that there will be a tariff dividend check of at least $2,000. Donnie, I mean, I'll take $2,000. I mean, what the fuck? You want to throw it my way? Sure.
We have taken in trillions of dollars. And
That's my XRP money right there.
Absolutely amazing.
I'll gladly take
We're going to
that.
be doing a dividend to the people, low and middle income, moderate income.
The only reason that, yet again, this is 50-50 for me, if this is a bunch of bullshit or if it will, because midterms, it seems like, yet again, they wanted to kind of rip the fucking Band-Aid off in the beginning, let it all bleed, so then they can fucking pump it to the gills right around midterms. You get a check in people's hands. I think they're going to be a lot more likely to vote for you, bro. It's essentially buying votes. I mean,
Income people.
It is what it is,
At least $2,000. In addition to that, we'll be paying down debt very substantially. It's the kind of money we're taking in. And really, countries that took advantage of us are no longer taking advantage of us. Some of our friends treated us far worse than our enemies on trade anyway, and we've got that all straightened out. And everybody's happy. They respect us again. You know, it's like one of those things. I think they like us better, and they actually respect us, and it works out much better for us, too. We have taken in trillions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his script, Bitwise probably going to soak up a few billion quickly just based off the fact that they got the ticker XRP for their ETF. For real, though. When Bitcoin breaks 88K, you're going to see some serious shit. Bitcoin's down nearly 30% from its high in dollars and 42% from its high priced in gold. How many people popping champagne corks at Bitcoin 100K parties a year ago expected 2025 to be this bad? 2026 could be far worse. I don't think so. I think this is the worst of it. I'm not going to be surprised if we do get dragged lower, but I think we are approaching the end. I really don't think they can push that much further. So I'm just going to assume Jensen was talking about like the demand for the product. Like they can't meet the demand. So, I mean, no, there's not a bubble. They need to, scale up so they can fucking keep selling that money, essentially, is what I'm guessing. Just in, UAE State Fund triples its stake in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. That's interesting. I'd like to see the number of that. Oh, dude, Bitwise should have just gone live. Yo, Brad just came in. The pre-Thanksgiving rush, shall we say, turkey trot for XRP ETF starts now. Congrats, Bitwise. Invest on today's launch. Yo, thank you, Brad. Thank you. So yeah, it just went live, only a couple of minutes, so we'll give it some time, and I'm very curious to see how this tracks. Yeah, hopefully it beats Sol just for the shit talking factor, but we'll see, because it's seeded less. Yet again, it's seeded less than the Sol, according to Vipu. I think Vipu and I think Grok said like 200 million, give or take. I would like to fact check that number, but yeah, guys, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications to help the YouTube channel out. But you can join our group, the Minutemen, in the Patreon, linked in the description. Exclusive multiple videos there weekly. And just in case they ever nuke this channel because we say something they don't like, I keep seeing it more and more pop up on X. The Patreon is also a better place so we can like go, God forbid they ever did something to this channel. I would not put it past them. But yeah, I appreciate you. I will see you over on Patreon. Peace out.